Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and I'm reviewing the fourth season of Slasher, which is a Canadian slasher horror genre television series. Um, I have watched the first season, I have watched the second and the third. Pretty much love the series. It's an anthology series with a lot of the similar actors, but of course they're playing different characters set at different times. Possibly, well, not really that different times, but yeah, it is set in different places. Um, and so I like the first one. I love the second one a lot. The first one is very raw. I think the budget was very low. The second one was much better. The third one, even though it's kind of a little political leaning, it is pretty good. And then there's this one. What the fuck did I just watch? I mean, this season is crazy. It is brutal. It is horror. It's got the black humor and it's got gore. It is bloody. My goodness, this is if you are, weak in the stomach and can't stand that kind of stuff. Do not watch this series. Do not watch this at all. There is more blood, guts, gore, and killing in this movie. Disgusting. I mean, a lot of people do like this kind of stuff, but disgusting scenes of guts being pulled, pushed, and intestines, and all those things. Oh my goodness! And I enjoyed every single fucking minute of it. I cannot believe it. This series is just upped its ante one more. It's currently on Shudder, um, and it's so. If you think The Walking Dead and you think that American Horror Story is like the top echelon, fuck off. This show kicks its ass, kicks the combined asses of all of these horror shows. Man, I still can't believe what I watched. Slasher. And I thought Canadians are supposed to be so nice, polite people. They're so nice, they're polite, that like the joke goes. Oh my goodness, this is a demented, crazy fuck fest. But there's no hardly any nudity in this movie, in this series at all. It's just 8 episodes. If you like horror, please do watch it. But if you're like in a little bit faint of the heart, and you've got a weak stomach, you can't stand it. Like I usually do not like, movies like. The first run of the Wrong Turn series, where it's like biting and the man, this is that is nothing compared to what the stuff they show in this series. And it's got it's like the glee of, I don't know, of teenagers, I guess, maybe even preteens. And I think that's why it works. I was like, at no, I mean, I was grossed out a few times, but at the same time, I did not feel like I can't watch this, something like that. I wanted to see more, and I was very disappointed. It's only 8 episodes, but then every season has been 8 episodes. Oh my goodness, these guys have. I watched it over 3 days and just watched the final episode this afternoon. But I will tell you this: I knew who the killer was, not the survivor. I kind of guessed the survivor, but and that's the odd part. It was somewhat okay to predict, but because of all the things that's happening in between, the fucked up, messed up family that you see in this, the Galloways, who are rich, snooty, snobby, and pretentious a little bit, but at the same time, oh, as you can see, I am stunned for words, to be honest. Um, so, like I said, it is an anthology horror series. The first season came out on Chiller, which I believe is only in Canada. I'm not sure. Um, no, it's an American one, and I think so. They had an American distributor as well for the first year, for the first season. 8 episodes. Second season and third were on Netflix, and this one, I'm not sure if it's on Netflix, but it's on Shudder, of course. And each season, just like in every other season, there is a mask killer. It's who done it, and you only get to know it towards the very end. So I mean, in this case, we get to know who the mask killer is on the at the very last uh, second of the seventh episode, and then the reasons for it and all you find out in the eighth episode. So that's kind of like par on course for this particular show. And um, yeah, warning once again. uh, be careful about watching this because there's one particular scene in which the intestines, they've got something in it and you know what it is. Yeah. Yes. Oh, disgusting. So yeah, this season is called Flesh and Blood, and it's exactly should have been Flesh, Guts, and Blood. That's basically what it is. So it's about this wealthy but very dysfunctional family. The patriarch played by, and guess who is the patriarch? It's David Cronenberg. I mean, who else could have played the grandfather? Man, oh man. So yeah, the the names that I know in this are the lady who plays his second wife and former nurse is Rachel Crawford, who I've seen in a few shows and few episodes of some TV shows here and there. Lovely actress. She's a little bit older, of course. I think she's probably in her 50 or something. Chris Chaycott is a recurring whose actors come in all the seasons. I believe he plays the eldest son of Spencer, played by David Cronenberg, and his first wife. First wife is played by Maria Del Mar. Annette Galloway, who dies, and the lady who's taking care of her, the nurse, she is played by Rachel Crawford, the second wife and mother of his son Jaden. Chris Jacot, Paula Brancati as well. She's been in every season. I'm not sure if she was in the first season. She's been in the second, third, and she's a very fun actress. Some actress who I've seen in quite a few shows as well, mostly Canadian shows, and I love her to death. Then there is Janine Goosen, the lovely, sexy Janine Goosen, who plays Dr. Persephone Trin, the physician. So she is in the first episode, and then in the first second episode, and then she's there. So she's a recurring actress, recurring guest role, but not part of the main cast. But yeah, she does have a huge part to play in this. So Spencer Galloway, every year they kind of meet at his huge mansion on an island where there's basically nothing else. It's just their house. On this secluded island, he and his wife and their son, and he's got he had twins from his first wife. Unfortunately, one of them was kidnapped at the very young age of maybe 12 or something like that, 11 or 12, and he actually comes back in this movie. His grandfather was able to trace him. The Seamus is the oldest son, and the daughter is played by, oh man, this actress can scream, annoying high pitched scream that she does throughout the film. What's her name? Florence is the daughter, and Chris Jacot plays Seamus. She's the one who's got the twins and a younger son as well. He is a non-binary character, but she's got the twins, and one of the twins was actually kidnapped, and then Vincent, he's actually coming back. The other twin is Theo Galloway. He's kind of looked upon as by the mother, especially as the least favorite of her three sons. She kind of prefers Vincent, and the O'Keefe, who is the non-binary child. His name is O'Keefe Craft, Um, Patrice Goodman plays Brigitte Vogel, who's the housekeeper, and her daughter is played by Sydney Meyer Levina or Liv Vogel, and she also is there. And they do mention that she's actually a Galloway, that her father is Seamus, basically. In in an episode, they show that he actually had sex with Brigitte, and that's their daughter. So yeah, okay. So I'm not going to spoil anything else for you, but they do find Vincent. Vincent comes in. So the whole purpose of this particular meeting is um, Spencer has got terminal cancer, and he wants to kill himself with the help, like assisted suicide with the help of Dr. Persephone Trin, and she also is the executor of his will. So once he is dead, they start on these different games or different what do you call it, competitions that they've got to do in order to win the prize. The prize will be that the last surviving person, or the winner will definitely get the entire estate to their hands, and then starts the fun. So while this is happening, there's this strange masked person called the Gentleman, who is stalking them and killing off the people one by one. That's all I'm going to say about. I'm not going to say who the mask killer actually turns out to be, but like I mentioned, I did actually know who it was by the time it was the second episode. And you also have. Oh yeah, the kid who plays. I don't know if she's a kid, but she's actually a pretty young actress. Natalia Rodina, she plays Afra Galloway, who's the adopted daughter of Seamus and Christy. Christy is played by Paula Brancati, and Seamus is played by Christy Eckhart. She is, oh goodness, so she's supposed to be from Belarus or some country, and she's not really developed and stuff like that. And man, this character, I believe, so okay, some spoiler, I think this character is inspired by The Orphan, as well as recent reports about Ukrainian and Belarusian women, young ladies who have been adopted by North American families, and they turn out to be much more older than the age that the orphanage actually tells them. They are actually grown-up women pretending to be young girls, 13 and 14-year-olds. So this girl is brutal, let me tell you. And in fact, everybody's fucked up. Everybody's crazy. I think there's only one or two characters who aren't guilty of a lot of things. That's the whole part. So, I mean, you get to have your favorites, but at the same time, nobody's a good person, and really a good person in this entire movie, with the possible exception of Christy. Yeah, so watch it, and then go and watch the first, second, and third season. Like I mentioned, the first season is kind of raw. The production quality is pretty low, but I do like that season as well. It's an anthology season. You can enjoy different stories, and man, oh man, oh man, this one was. I'm not going to forget this season in that quickly. It is very, very brutal. If you're a horror fan, I think it is a must watch. I'll give this season a 10 out of 10. Yes, a rare 10 out of 10 from me, because it blew my mind. Oh man, I'm still stunned by what I saw. But yes, Slasher season 4, Blood and Flesh and Blood, gets a 10 out of 10 from me, because I couldn't ask for anything else. I did want the ending to be slightly different, but I'm giving it a 10. Thank you. Bye-bye. And good night. Lock your doors. That's all I'm saying.